In April 1925, multiple Japanese task forces have been spotted in the Pacific. The Japanese have mined the Strait of Formosa, but a force consisting of 2 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers, 9 light cruisers and 1 destroyer is on the way returning to the port in Kyushu. At the same time, a single battleship has been picked up by our spotter planes and submarine pickets heading towards the American coast, and a second battle group that we had tracked earlier has been heading out from Kyushu, has avoided the battle group of the Arizona and the Pennsylvania, and is heading towards the South Pacific. We now have a decision to make. Which of these groups can and shall we intercept? We have the group with the battle group here, and I think chasing after that group here is probably not going to be successful. But we might be in a position to try and intercept the group heading north towards Kyushu. So we will be moving just outside the minefields of Kyushu and trying to get onto an intercept course for that battle group here. I think we need to go a little bit further north actually. Let's try that. And that can we plot an intercept course? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, that should be an intercept course. So unfortunately these battleships are very slow, but if we can manage, then it'd be good to get in the way, and we might be able to take these on. We should be able to take these on. We've got a heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and two relatively powerful battleships, both the Pennsylvania class battleships here. We'll see how that would go, and we'll redirect the force that is currently heading out from that is currently on the way here with the Colorado and the Mississippi to try and intercept the single battleship that has been spotted. But of course the Pacific is very large, so it's not going to be easy, but we'll see if we can manage to get in the course and pick them up. Meanwhile, we'll send the submarine pickets further north as well, and to see if we can pick up the movements through these straits more easily, and hopefully, if possible, intercept anything that goes. And the 2 submarines from here can move towards... Well, we're not going to go into the Straits of Formosa, but we'll probably position outside Hong Kong just to try and catch anything that tries to get through there. And we've got a couple of submarines operating here. They can get in the way as well and see if anything goes towards the Yellow Sea area, and at least give us some indication of what's going on. Obviously, we do have a mine layer, a mine layer here around Guam, but that's about everything we've got here. So that battle group, I'm not exactly sure where they're heading, but we'll find out. Do we still have the Lexington here with the O'Hare, a John C. Butler class destroyer. But that's nothing we could throw against the full battle group. So I'm not sure if we need more. Ships. We've still got 2, the Nevada and the Oklahoma. I'm not sure if they're ready or if they're still under. Are they still under refit? Let's have a quick look. If we're sorting this by port, and we're looking at West Coast, yeah, they're still 5 months under refit, so these 2 aren't going to do an awful lot. What else do we have stationed here? The Brooklyn, Philadelphia, and the Fitzgerald, and a couple of other destroyers. So we could send. That might make sense. We could start sending. Do we still have capacity in Pearl? We do not. We don't really have another outpost, just a very small one, but that's not going to be, the port size is not going to be enough to support a cruiser group in any of these positions. But what we can do is we can send them We can send them south, potentially, if we can find a port that can actually support them. But I think the South American ports can't easily either. I'm going to send them over to Panama, actually. So we'll go over the Pacific side to Balboa, and we'll send the Brooklyn, the Philadelphia, the Fitzgerald, and the Samuel and Noor, and we'll leave the other 2 destroyers as escorts for the 2 battleships if they need them. But 2 light cruisers, 2 destroyers over to Balboa, just to have something in the theater in case that battle group starts turning south. Not that they can do much about it, but we'd also have the New York and the Texas, which I think are ready. Let's have a quick look. Where's the... yeah, New York and Texas are ready from the refit, so we'll probably be... we can send these 2 to join the cruisers here. And that further strips our East Coast or Caribbean capabilities, but we also have the Astoria and the Higgins here, so let's move these as well. We might not have enough. Okay, we'll send the cruiser. We send all the cruisers to Balboa, but we might have to send the battleships on the other side of the canal because I don't think we have the. Yeah, we will send them to Colon. That. Actually, these things have 28,000 tons displacement. That's not gonna work. Okay. In that case, well, we'll send them to Maracaibo for now. So let's not getting them a little bit closer, but we don't really have another port closer by where we can send them. So let's send them into port to Maracaibo for now, and we'll assemble a strike force if necessary. But they're relatively close to the Panama Canal. One thing we can do to deal with this force here, and I think that's something I'll do, is we'll move the ships out of Davao, and we will try to get on an intercept course in the South Pacific, although I think they might have too much of a head start. But I want to have them positioned a little bit closer to Guam, just in case they turn about. So we'll send the New Mexico and the Phelps, the Power, the Wicks, and the Woolsey, which have been repaired from their minor battle damage, and we'll send them to guard Guam against this strike force here, and we'll see if we can manage to catch any of their fleets. Okay, I think that concludes the strategic redeployments for April. The Northern Battle Group has made it back to the port in Sasebo and has managed to evade the Arizona and the Pennsylvania. Our picket submarines have picked up a group of heavy cruisers, light cruisers, and destroyers. Unfortunately, with only 2 submarines, we're better advised to just keep monitoring them. That said, one of our heavy cruisers, the Tuscaloosa, has spotted a Japanese light cruiser, and that sounds like a fight that we want to take. So in detaching from the formation, she's intercepted that light cruiser, and off the coast in the Yellow Sea, off the coast of Shanghai, we will be giving battle. In the dead of night, the cruisers have almost run into each other, so the Tuscaloosa is about to unleash her 8-inch guns on that unsuspecting Japanese light cruiser once we have him spotted. And we have spotted the target, and I think she is ready to give battle. She might be trying to get into torpedo range, so Tuscaloosa is going to turn over on port, also to get the rear turrets on target, and we'll see if we can manage to land some hits early on. But that thing is sailing pretty much straight onto us. So let's get the. We've got plenty of guns, so let's get the secondaries going as well. No idea if that thing has torpedoes, but it's Japanese, so I would almost guess it does. Let's get the ranging shots in. And yep, now all the guns are aimed. We'll see if we can make something happen. For now, we're firing high explosive because she's completely bow in. 4.7 kilometers is point blank range almost, I'd say. But we'll have to be careful about a potential torpedo attack, so let's keep our eyes peeled here. Yeah, there are torpedoes in the water, I think, but I think the Tuscaloosa's secondaries have taken them out. These might have been bow torpedoes, because I don't think she was even in a position to launch. She might have side torpedoes as well. This looks like an older model of a light cruiser. I'm not sure how fast that thing can go, but we'll try to cross the T here and unleash hell. With the night and the smoke screen, all we're going to see is is a burning husk of that thing. What are we firing right now? We're firing armor piercing, actually. I'm going to drop speed to 25 knots because I think that cruiser is relatively slow, and she is going full broadside, so there might be torpedoes in the water. Actually, I think we maybe. Yeah, she is going broadside, so let's be safe here. Open up the distance a little bit, and just make sure that we evade any potential torpedoes. But the secondaries, and of course this means we're not going to get the forward main turrets on target. But she's already flooding. I just want to make sure that we're not running into any torpedoes that she might have launched from the side. So. Let's open up the distance a little bit. I think we're still good within firing range, and the 8-inch armor piercing should be able to punch through that light cruiser without too much trouble. Back in the turn, let's get the forward turrets back on target, because right now we're only firing on the rear turret. She's definitely slow. It's the Itsukushima, by the looks of it, an older model of an armored cruiser. So we'll slow down to 23 knots. And that thing is relatively fast though, but not going very fast right now. And let's adjust our course somewhat to give us a better gun angle for the forward turrets, and we'll just keep unloading at it, I guess. Let's pick up some speed again. What I am curious about is if the 8-inch guns are capable of, what are we firing at 8-inch? Armor piercing. If the 8-inch guns are actually able to penetrate that. Yeah, the 8-inch are doing main belt penetrations, so are perfectly capable of wreaking absolute havoc on these things. And at this range, yeah, she's not going to be very happy. She's now flooding quite significantly as well. So I think we can drop speed again. Tuscaloosa has engine problems, has taken a hit from a 7.5-inch gun. So light cruiser was a little deceiving. She's actually got relatively large guns, but the 8-inch belt penetrations are going to finish this thing off without too much trouble. Yeah, she's going down. So really more of an armored cruiser than a light cruiser, but with reasonably large guns that have managed to get a little bit of damage on the Tuscaloosa's engine, but she has done away with this ship without too much trouble. In a somewhat reversal of fortunes, the USS Roanoke has been caught by the Furutaka, a heavy cruiser, in the Philippine Sea while she was on a screening patrol. And we'll see if that's a fight that we want to take, because the Furutaka is going to be a heavy cruiser, and as Japanese cruisers go, is going to be armed with torpedoes. The Roanoke is a refitted Oakland class scout cruiser, so somewhat outclassed here. Hopefully we have the edge in speed. but we'll see what she can do. Well, we'll see if we can take this engagement. Northeast spotted smoke, so she should be about there-ish. I'm gonna hold off with the torpedoes. We have, I think, two triple torpedo launches on each side, and a bunch of 6-inch and 3-inch guns. But we are only a scout cruiser, so. Worst case, we'll have to run away bravely, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We do have a smoke screen, which could be helpful if we're trying to go for a torpedo attack. But first, we have to find her. Okay, enemy cruiser spotted. So let's see what that thing looks like. She is actually sailing away from us right now, which is not ideal because that gives her potentially a torpedo angle. And I think they may have spotted us as well, so we'll see how that goes. Right now she is over 10 kilometers away, so I don't think the Roanoke's guns actually have a chance of even hitting her at that range. I don't know what the effective range of these things is, but not that much. We'll see if she's going to give battle. Right now she's sailing away from us, so I don't know. No, she doesn't look damaged or anything. So we'll give chase for now. And see if we can get a couple of shots off. Okay, the Furutaka is opening up at us with her rear turrets, but I think she's still outside effective range for us. So we'll see how good the gunnery is. I'm not sure if after the recent cruiser losses, the Japanese are not as confident as they used to be, but. We're steaming currently. We're doing a tail chase at 33 knots. It is possible that she's trying to either disengage or lead us into a trap. So I am fully prepared to let her get away because I'm not 100% confident that the Roanoke is going to be capable of taking this one on, especially not at the ranges where her 6-inch guns are going to be effective. Because as you can see right now, we are actually taking fire and cannot really respond to that. We're taking significantly more fire. Is she turning? No, she's just kind of in a kiting position to get all her gun turrets on target. She's still aiming short at this point. Okay, Roanoke is now in gun range and is opening up with the forward turrets. So we'll try to get a little closer. But we'll maintain a relatively steep angle because I'm sure that the Furutaka has the advantage in terms of armor. Okay, we've landed actually a hit, but it seems to have bounced off. So far, so no first blood or anything. Not sure if they are starting to get the range on us. That is still falling significantly short. So how's our gunnery at this point? She's still sailing away from us. Yep, that wasn't too bad. But she is getting all her turrets on target, I think, or most of them at least, which I'm not happy about. So she's still falling short, but I'll increase the angle further. And we're going into full-on bow in and see if we can just use the forward turrets while she is returning fire still. What's the distance at this point? We are 8 kilometers away, so we seem to be catching up. That was uncomfortably close as a straddle. So we might need to get a little bit closer than that, but still curious that she's actually sailing away and not willing to engage us at closer ranges. And I think our fire is quite inaccurate still at this point as well. Not willing to use torpedoes in a stern chase doesn't make sense. There's no way to actually no way they're actually going to catch up to her unless we're getting closer. She might have torpedo. Okay, I think she's turning in. Yes, now she's turning. Okay, so now she's getting ready to engage. And if we've been too aggressive here, we might have missed our chance to disengage. We'll see. I'm not sure how fast that thing is, but definitely bigger guns than us. Let's see if we can. How far are we? 6 kilometers and closing rapidly. We'll see how well this ends up going. She might have torpedoes away. I mean, I don't see any other reason why she would give broadside like this. So it might be advisable to change course. Just to potentially dodge any kind of incoming torpedoes. Using the smoke screens would actually be counterproductive at this point, because that means we can't see either. And we have nobody. Yep, there come the torpedoes, and we have nobody to spot for us. So yes, she's definitely turned for a torpedo run. And I think that torpedo, I think we're safe from. Yeah, yeah, good that we turned. She has been going for a torpedo run. Let's get. I am going to try my own torpedo run, because if she has fired her port side torpedoes, we may be able to get lucky here with the torpedo run. But we are going to have to get a little closer than that, and then I might use the smoke screen and try to turn to port myself. Where is she turning? Is she turning further in? I think she might be turning further in. We are landing hits now. Okay, I'm going to start using my smoke screen, and I am going to go for a torpedo drop. So hard to port, drop torpedoes, and then kite away from her. That puts us at risk during the brief period while we're broadsiding, but the Roanoke's actually managing to get some hits in with the rapid firing guns. And torpedoes away, there comes the 8-inch fire. Ooh, and they've missed. Okay, I think we are good. So disengage and see if we can get some torpedo hits in on that heavy cruiser. And I think that looks promising. Massive explosions here. And the Furataka has been taken out. She has run into a full spread of torpedoes. And that was it. So the Japanese threat or the Japanese fear of American cruisers is going to be warranted. Well done, Roanoke. And a good job with that torpedo run. Furataka did not stand a chance, really. And not a single crew loss on the American ship, whereas the Japanese cruiser has gone down with all hands.